Hey, this is Mark Moore, aka Tuxedo Mark, at various places on the internet. It's 2:05 p.m. according to a computer clock on Saturday, March 14, 2015. And this is my review of original Sailor Moon anime episode number 27, Love for Ami-chan, a boy who can predict the future. This episode originally aired in Japan on October 10, 1992, 4 weeks after the previous episode. So there was nearly a month waiting for this back in the day. Okay, first there's a brand new opening theme. Title sequence. It still uses Moonlight Densetsu by Dolly, but it's all new animation, and it shows, I guess, the Moon Kingdom, like back in the day. I guess we see Princess Serenity. They also add Sailor Venus, which is a bit early. It's like you have two themes, one with Moon, Mercury, and Mars, even before Mercury and Mars arrive, and then they add Jupiter and Venus after Jupiter arrives, but before Venus arrives. Okay? I don't recall if Sailor Moon herself is in the theme. I know Serenity is. But what's weird is, it's supposedly the Moon Kingdom, I guess, but you see the moon in the sky. I don't know. I guess these visuals aren't meant to be taken literally. Anyway, this episode, there's a new transfer student to a school that's just as smart as Ami, it seems. He even beats her on a recent test. He stops Ami to talk to her on the sidewalk right before this beam that some construction workers were working on falls down to the ground right in front of her. Would she have been hurt if the guy didn't stop her? I don't know. It falls right in front of her. If he didn't stop her, I think she would have already moved past that spot before the beam dropped, but whatever. The point is, he has an ability to see the future. And by the way, that's how he's able to score so well on tests. It's not due to his own abilities, it's just that he foresees the answers. So yeah, he cheats. Anyway, he's staring at an old newspaper clipping of Ami. Usagi mentions that it's old, and it's actually dated August 22nd, 1992. So, yeah, apparently this is more evidence that the series is occurring roughly in real time. Ryo warns Usagi of being around water today, and sure enough, some guy working on the roof or whatever throws water down and hits Usagi and gets her all wet, and she's all cold, and yeah. He's like, I guess I should have told you sooner. Alright. Rei is going out with Mamoru. I had forgotten that they're like a couple now. I forgot to mention in the review of the previous episode, but when Mamoru got the rainbow crystal at the end of the previous episode, he de-transformed from Tuxedo Mask to Mamoru, and he realized he definitely is Tuxedo Mask. Okay. So he's thinking to himself about what he's going to do and stuff. He's distracted during the date. Meanwhile, Usagi's trying to play matchmaker by trying to set up Ami with Ryo. Yeah. So, yeah, she's a bit nosy. The moonstick in Usagi's bag goes off, and Luna notices it. She believes that Ryo is the next rainbow crystal carrier. Usagi's oblivious to this somehow, even though the bag is sitting right next to her. And you gotta wonder how Ryo didn't know that Luna was the one talking, but anyway. Okay, so, when Zoisite attacks, Ryo already knows everything, but he refuses to submit. Um, Moon and Mercury arrive. Usagi has Ami take Ryo to safety. He's drained of energy. He's lying weakly on a park bench, but he wakes up and he says, Miss Mizuno, so she's all shocked, wondering how he could know who she is. Jeez. Anyway, Ami denies this for whatever reason. She says, "Oh, you got me confused with this Mizuno person." Yeah, whatever. Try to keep your secret, Ami. Whatever. Who cares? Luna tells Usagi to use the moonstick to find out where they went. Usagi's like, you know what you're talking about. That would work only if Ryo is a crystal carrier. And Luna's like, yeah, well, he is. She was trying to tell Usagi, but Usagi kept getting distracted. Usagi's in disbelief about this. She's like, are you sure? And stuff like that. It's like, she had seen Zoisite attack Ryo. She knew from previous experience that Zoisite was attacking Rainbow Crystal Carriers. So why does she not believe Ryo is a Rainbow Crystal Carrier? Anyway, when Zoisite comes out of the lake, having spotted Ami and Ryo, you gotta wonder how he didn't overhear that, the discussion of Mercury's true identity. I don't know, maybe he had just arrived after that, but whatever. So, Ryo had tried to get Ami to swear to kill him immediately when he's transformed into a monster, because he says it's his fate and he can't avoid it. Sure enough, Zoisite extracts the Rainbow Crystal and he turns into a monster called Bunbo. Anyway, everyone arrives, all of the Senshi arrive there. They get the third crystal. And actually, the Senshi have to weaken Bunbo before they can turn him back, because the first time that Usagi uses Moon Healing Escalation, it doesn't work. So Luna says, you gotta get his power level down. Okay, it's kind of inconvenient, but I guess it's convenient for drawing out the episode. So we actually get to see Moon Healing Escalation twice, in addition to all of the transformation and attack sequences. The second time, she does it without the tiara, which is like probably the only time in the series that we see Moon Healing Escalation without Usagi wearing the tiara. So Ryo transfers to another school, and he says when he's gonna study, and when he gets smart enough to beat Ami on his own merits, he'll return for a rematch. Okay. Usagi had given him a rather unflattering photo of Ami earlier. He returns it to her and she gives him another one right before he gets on the train. And we see it at the end of the episode. It's pretty. So yeah, that's this episode. Mamoru witnesses the end of the battle. He allows the Senshi to keep the third crystal for now. Okay. We also get a new ending theme and a new ending sequence. The theme is Princess Moon by Ushio Hashimoto. She's mostly known for doing Dragon Ball songs, but this is her only song for Sailor Moon. It's nice. It's Princess Serenity dancing around, holding her white dress in a mirror. I guess she's dancing around looking at herself in the mirror. But it's done kind of weird, and also her skin tone is completely black, and you don't see her face at all. It's just a completely black, silhouette, even though the dress is white. Come to think of it, it looks kind of like those eye catches, those commercial bumpers in Sailor Moon Crystal. I wonder if Crystal was kind of paying tribute to this closing theme sequence from the original anime. It might be a stretch, but maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, important episode. 3 of the 7 rainbow crystals have been found. 4 more to go. And that's it. It's 2:16 p.m. and thanks for watching.